Hello.
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 That's becoming like my new intro. That is, I'm going from what is a bit of a mouthful, admittedly. Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Big Buddha is watching. I'm Big Buddha. Just a hello.
Take number 2.
I think it differentiates. I found that my videos have become a bit schizophrenic. There's two types, really. There's the ones where I'm being myself, like this one, for example, or getting bigger. And
talking about the same things every week.
The other sort is where I'm trying to be Mark Commode. So I think I might divide up the introduction. So when I'm being myself, you'll know. For future reference, I'll start with hello. And when I'm being a professional, I give the very professional sounding introduction of hello. Welcome to Big Buddha is watching. I'm Big Buddha. Are we clear about that?
I don't see how you're going to break this pattern. Look, when I'll do the next one.
I wasn't very happy with the way that this commentary I'm doing turned out. You'll notice if you look at the comment section on this one, there's just one from my friend Greg who just says, "My head is hurting."
I don't know yet.
The reason for that is hopefully I got the levels wrong. So just to get technical, I ripped the audio straight from YouTube on this one, on the last one. And the problem with doing that is that I got the audios for the previous week for commentary 3 is too loud. You can hear the audio from commentary 2 coming through. So there's like 3 me's you can hear, all vying for position, and it's a little difficult to figure out which me you're meant to be listening to in the last one.
I have actually been spacing
so
out
I'm not going to do that this week. I'm going to try and upload this audio, the audio I'm recording straight to the phone, over the audio I recorded straight from the phone last week, which I did on commentary 3, and that one turned out a lot more successfully. I think there was only 2 me's you had to listen to. So, and it was a lot more obvious which me you're supposed to be listening to which time, and which is the me that is supposed to be just the background noise. I mean, I should be doing that every week, but I think sometimes there's technical issues in the editing process, which means I have to rip the audio straight from YouTube. Was that the dog from? No, they've gone out. Yeah, that was the dog in the past barking. Of course, there's a possibility. You'll know now, having listened to this now for 4 minutes. You'll know which whether I did have issues in the editing process, and you could be listening to 4 me's right now. I might have to rip the audio direct from YouTube, so you can be listening to 4 me's, all vying for position, and oh, well, yeah, actually, why not? Just do it that way.
I found commentaries by filmmakers.
Technically, that'd be right. Commentary 5. You should be able to hear 5 me's all talking at the same time. Try and figure out which is the new one. So, as each week goes on, what I'm saying becomes more and more irrelevant, because
I always prefer the ones with the filmmakers looking back.
Because I'll be drowned out by the crowd of me's. I'm basically trying to create a sort of a digital version of my utopia, which is because I truly believe this world would be the perfect utopian society if it was entirely populated by me and clones of me. Yeah, it's all going about the business, all looking out for each other. Great communal spirit.
Actors are empty vessels.
Obviously, you'd need a few me's to keep order, just in case there were any me's that decided to transgress. I think what you'd basically need to keep order would be one central me in power to kind of effectively dictate how everybody's got to be free and easy and look out for each other. We'd dress that me in black so he'd stand out from all the other me's to keep order. And some might say that me would rule with an iron fist. He might have to, I don't know, go as far as committing public mass executions just to demonstrate his power. But
always really smiley, and they look really amiable.
But nevertheless, he would be ruler of the world.
And you watch them and you go, oh, they seem really nice in real life. And then you remember, no, they're actors. That's the public face that they have to put on.
So I think the me that I'm supposed to be listening to is the one that's talking about Leonardo DiCaprio right now.
They don't.
Yeah, but I can still quite clearly hear the me. Hang on, what's the other me talking about? So you hopefully won't be able to hear the other me that I can hear. But in commentary 3, I'm talking about. Oh, well, of course, I'm banging on still about special features on DVDs and commentaries themselves.
Three main principles: Tom Cruise.
As I am today, there's a ironically, it's a commentary on a commentary on a commentary on a commentary on a commentary, and in each one I talk about commentaries, and I'm commenting on talking about commentaries. And it's just self-perpetuated. Why wouldn't it be? It just builds and builds. It's about commentary. I just talk about commentary. I can't talk about anything else other than commentary and special features. And the Duff twins. They're the other mainstay. Hillary and Haley Duff. They're not twins. They're not twins. Why do I keep calling them twins? The Duff sisters. Hillary and Haley Duff. Hillary still acts and Haley doesn't.
Two lovies congratulating each other. I mean, they are obviously the commentary you want for that film is Bruce Robinson.
I'm gonna try and talk about the Duff twins in every one of these, and the idea is it becomes such a running joke that eventually we'll have the Duff twins on here as special guest stars. If they really, obviously, it will be.
Bruce Robinson.
Well, but it probably won't even be friends pretending to be the Duff twins. It'll be me doing pre-recorded funny voices. We're California girls. We're the Duff twins. It's like having them in the room. But then, if these become really successful, and then I decide, I'm an artist, so I'm not going to do them anymore. I'm going to deny the public. Then but they've become the most these have become the most popular form of entertainment the world has ever known. In the final ever one, we'll try and get the actual Duff twins to appear. They're not twins. They're not twins. They're not identical. Not all twins are identical. But they were born in different years from the same parents, whose surname were Duff. They are siblings. They are sisters. They are not twins. Can we just put that to bed now, please?
Yeah, it is two lovey self-congratulating each other for 90 minutes, you know. Richard Bryars. He was...
Richard Bryars. He was... Richard Griffiths.
Very nice.
Richard Griffiths.
It's a lovely commentary.
I get stuff wrong all the time in these, and I can't... It amazes me when I watch it back. I can't hear what I'm saying. Just this week, and I have the option of cutting it all out now, but some of the stuff I've recorded this week, in my World Cup, my Foot Cup videos, I said I'll see you Monday, folks, when I meant Saturday, and I had to put a little caption underneath that says Saturday. I mean, it's funny to do that.
Is it called Dangerous Days?
And
the making of Blade Runner documentary. It was
no, ironically, I just mentioned Blade Runner there. I was talking about Blade Runner 2049, and I called it Blade Runner 29. Completely oblivious to the fact that I did that until I watched it back.
You've got a documentary there that is...
Sorry, I hope that isn't gross, me sipping coffee.
The actual film it was about.
I don't know if I mentioned before that, but I record these on a Sunday morning. That's when I did the first one. There's my football clacker. For those of you that are following my World Cup videos, last one had one view, by the way.
Actual production and post-production.
So if my brother's listening to this, which he isn't, I'm doing those for you, buddy, and no one else.
Vangelis, I think that's
you could at least watch them.
I think they didn't get to interview.
What was I going to say then? Oh yeah, Sunday. I do these on a Sunday morning.
An in-the-day interview with him.
And what I'm trying to capture a lot of the time is that kind of Sunday morning, slightly groggy feel. I rose at 20 to 11 this morning. Didn't drink last night actually, so I'm. In all these other ones, I'm slightly more hungover. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to capture, that kind of
if it was a commentary,
groggy Sunday morning feel, and a trailer. And I want these to be listened to on a Sunday. I think they're designed to be lazy Sunday afternoon viewing, audio, easy listening. Or just before bed. I think treat them as a kind of substitute to book at bedtime. These are an ideal substitute for Radio 4. I was going to do the jazz then, but it's a little distracting to do the jazz whilst the other jazz is playing, but the other jazz has stopped now, so I thought I'd wait until that was over, because I like to stretch myself with the jazz, as you know, folks, and I am something of a musical impresario. I've played you the guitar now for 3 weeks. And but I play I play many other instruments as well. So I thought Why don't we do a little bit of jazz piano for you folks? Let's have a couple of minutes. I know this is what you came here for. I think I had to wait right to the end for the jazz piano last time. Let's warm up the keys and we'll warm up the ivory here. This is just going to be a little laid back one here, folks. Sunday morning is laid back jazz time. Gonna take a little meandering walk, tell a little meandering anecdote. Plenty of time with the jazz, just to meander. Sunday has its own tempo. It ain't the up-tempo, folks, never will be. Keep it on the down. This one's just for me. Ooh! Now you're being naughty. That's right. I've been practicing. Can you really practice the jazz? Or do you just have to live it, folks? Have to feel it. Let it bleed out all over the keys. Thanks for joining me, folks. Let me just fade it out here for you. Oh, it was a little abrupt, that ending. Well, I hope you enjoyed that there, folks. Maybe I'll... yeah, I'm sure I'll play out a little on more jazz at the end. Just putting the keyboard there to one side.
On a single Blu-ray disc. Or even, the entire run, seasons 1 to 4, on a whole disc. Use less plastic.
Save Mother hippie.
It doesn't happen. The Blu-rays came out, and you'd still
the
same amount of discs and exactly the same amount of material.
I don't know what to say about this, folks.
As you do on the DVDs.
Yeah, I think I summed up my argument there. I mean, obviously, you were probably struggling to hear it last week because commentary 3 was overpowering commentary 4. So I'll just reiterate there. So basically, to sum it up, because I'm making it a bit protracted there. I always thought there was room. I don't know why, when you can fit more information on a Blu-ray disc than you can on a DVD, or a 4K disc than you can on a Blu-ray or a DVD, why they can't fit more content on. They just concentrate on making the picture quality better and the sound quality and all that. But when you get like a Blu-ray box set, for example, it still has exactly the same amount of discs. Why can't they just put, say you buy a a TV show box set, why does it have to become on 4 Blu-ray discs? If you can fit more information on those discs, why can't they just put every episode onto one disc, for example? Or a box set, like a special edition movie that comes on 3 separate discs and 2 different cuts of the movie. Why, if that comes on 3 DVD discs, why can't it come on 1 DVD disc if you can fit more information on? That's what I'm saying. Why? If that's the idea behind Blu-rays, that there's more information, more digital information, why can't we get more content per disc and have more? I mean, I know it's all irrelevant now because everything's streamed now. Everything just exists in a digital realm. Which takes me back to my streaming service idea. You know, why can't we have a streaming service that has special features on it? There you go. I've just summed up there in 2 minutes what it's taken me 2 weeks to say.
Dustin Diamond, isn't he? In prison?
I can't concentrate. This
amazing how many TVs. Elizabeth Bell.
Talking about Saved by the Bell.
I don't really do mocking diatribes and bad films, but I might do Showgirls one day.
I might do Showgirls.
Quite an amazing film.
It probably won't be for a while, folks. Don't hold your breath.
Went into the making of that film.
I think if I ever become really desperate for ideas, why not? Let's do Showgirls.
It's the least sexiest film I've ever seen.
I am going to do this year. I am going to do the worst film I've ever seen. I'm not going to say what the worst film I've ever seen is, or my least favourite film, but I am going to do it this year, and it is going to be much more in the style of the American reviewers, the ones that I say I don't really do that style, that kind of let's pick apart and analyse and mock a film. I'm not a mocker, you see, but this film, it offended me so much when I saw it, because it was such a cynical piece of trash that it needs tearing apart, and it needs that treatment. But yeah, I mean, this by the numbers mocking treatment that most films get by the American YouTube reviewers, the comedy ones. No, that doesn't interest me. We're only here once, folks. Why won't you spend your time watching good movies? Why waste your life watching on crap? Being a mocker.
Recommended Silicon Valley, which I think you spotted because it's from Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead.
I've got to find a better TV show to watch. There's got to be some good ones out here. What have we here? Oh no, that's just as embarrassing. Why can't I find good shows to watch? Let's turn this off. Oh, hang on, no. Does anyone remember the theme tune to the opening credits to Baywatch? Oh my god. This. Okay, I was going to say something then, but I don't know how gross and revealing of myself I want to be. But well, okay, I'll say this, right? I'm really feeling a strong desire to masturbate right now. Not because I'm looking at David Hasselhoff before I say it. Oh, Pamela. I call my partner Amy. Oh, Yasmin Bleeth. Actually, she was my favourite, Yasmin Bleeth. I call my partner Amy. The girl I stick my dick into when I'm thinking of Yasmin Bleeth. Oh, what? Christ. Who's this? Gina Lee Nolan. This was vintage. Danica, Erico. By the way, I never watched Baywatch. It was the worst TV show of all time. You know, that film came out, was it last year? And they were talking about that for ages. Oh, they're going to do a Baywatch movie. Why haven't we had a Baywatch movie? Do you remember Baywatch? It was the worst TV show of all time. Like, literally, what I'm watching right now, that was as much as Baywatch as I ever saw. I think that's as much as anyone ever saw.
Like doing a 9/11 movie. What's the point?
Again, you know, I'll take you back to my previous point. We're having the year. I think I even realised that at 13. You know, wow, there's so much good stuff out there. Why do you waste your life watching crap?
But the other thing that intrigues me about this is that it's from. Let's get the guy's name right.
There, yeah. Okay, how long ago was I watching Hollyoaks? That was in 2. I can still hear it there.
I thought it was.
Oh well, obviously, hopefully you guys can't hear it. I can hear it. Oh, because I'm watching the last commentary. I'm watching it live on YouTube. Not live. You know what I mean? Okay.
But I think it was more an homage to old school Hollywood, that film. The Gene Kelly.
Talking about Whiplash here, folks.
So it was more about
this week,
the staging of the dance numbers, really. So
I've been doing. I've been doing the World Cup. It was a subscriber request. It was from my brother. He wanted me to do the World Cup.
It's an amazing.
He didn't.
Film.
Not because. Most people when they ask me to do a film.
Thematically, it deals with.
Asked me to do a review for them. They did it because they genuinely wanted to hear my opinion on that thing. My brother thought it'd be hilarious to take a different tact. He asked me to do the World Cup, knowing full well that I know absolutely nothing about football. I'm not into football at all. Find football a little bit dull. He just thought it would be really funny to get me to watch the World Cup in its entirety, which I haven't done really, and talk about it.
Fascinating.
So the only way I've been able to get through it really is just to be a little bit silly.
Ultimately wins in the end. And it's one of those films that, I mean,
and create videos that, well, I mean, some people have found them an amusing diversion. That's just because I've tried to overcome my shortcomings in talking about sport with being silly and
endlessly re-evaluated and looked at because it's a real structurally the film's absolutely.
Where was I talking about that? Oh right, so yeah, but what I've been doing just to stop me from going insane is whilst I've been doing the World Cup ones, in around that I've been doing genuine contents, talking about doing videos and stuff I want to do. So I've done a couple of reviews, and I'm doing this obviously. And the most fun I've done all week is my top 10 movies. I've done another top 10 list. It was the top 10 movies of the last decade. I just read an article on Empire in which apparently it's the 10-year anniversary of iTunes this year. 10-year anniversary of being able to download movies on iTunes. So they got a few people to name the top 10 films of the last decade, which I did do. And I was just reminded of that because I won't spoil anything, folks. You'll have to watch the video. But Whiplash might be in there. It might be in there. It was that good a film. But it was a little irritating actually, because I'll hold up my hands up and be honest and say, since I've done it, I've thought of at least two that I'm kind of regretting not putting on the list. I think that it's a fairly strong list, and I'm happy with the 10 that I picked. And I do like Watch Mojo, I do a kind of honourable mentions at the end of stuff that didn't quite make the list, which sometimes I think it has actually been just another 10 list. I think my top 10 stand-ups had another top 10 stand-up, so it's really my top 20 in the end.
Apparently,
sorry, was it getting boring for you folks? I said I wasn't going to do this, it's crass, but it's come to this. You find that funny? They've all got different names, these. It's an app, it's not me. Look, this is...
We'll make a neat trilogy. But then...
That's Flyby.
Kick-Ass 2 wasn't too hot.
Squeezer.
So maybe that.
Firequacker. The Muffler. Let's do one more. Honk. So it says I'm feeling lucky, so it's just picking them at random. You can. Okay, this is Double Duck. Okay. This is Quack. And this is Windbag. More of those same time next week.
Thank heavens there was somebody at the door.
Yeah, same time every week. Hang on. Yes? Well, I don't care if you are Trevor McDonald selling the Watchtower. Bugger off! Who'd have thought that people from 80s news media would have such a fascination with my house? Sorry, just to break character. I keep forgetting the start of that joke, which is that I'm going to watch something deeply sexy. Yeah, like the start of the Baywatch. That's what I should have done. I've said it now. I've ruined the joke.
Sky movies, and I've found.
See, the next one, the next one, I'll be listening to this back and going, I forgot to do it again.
Just watch them all.
Did I say? Yeah, I said Baywatch then, didn't I? I thought I said Star Trek, but that was me in the past talking about Star Trek.
Here we go, talking about Star Trek now.
I've still not got to the end of season 3. I'm on about episode 21, 22. I've got about another 5 to go.
But, I'll give it another go, just for the sake of completeness.
Oh God!
I've seen.
Maybe I'll watch them tonight. I feel like Sunday. It's either Star Trek or Columbo Day. It's Sunday.
But I've never seen the two-parter. I've never seen the
am I talking about Star Trek on both commentaries? That I keep saying this. You can't hear the other commentary.
Which is
I think you can't hear the other commentary.
The Borg, and it's the season final of season 3 and the part 1 of season 4.
What am I talking about in commentary 3? Hang on, I'm just concentrating. I'm just trying to make this out.
But of course, I wasn't. I was only halfway through season 2.
I think I am. I think I'm talking about Star Trek twice.
I've got to.
There, I am.
So what
I'm talking about. I'm talking about Next Generation in 4, and I'm talking about the movies in 3. I can only make out the music.
Star Trek Next Gen
from 2.
26 episodes a year.
And in this one, I'm talking about Star Trek for 3 episodes on a row.
So they made it for 6 months of the year. None of this 13 episodes.
I never got to the end of Discovery. I got into Discovery. I thought it was surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be.
So I'm nearly there. And then
I'll get back to that at some point. There's just so much Star Trek.
I'll tell you something.
I watched
Beyond a Better
original about 10 years ago. Or 11 years ago, I watched Doctor Who in its entirety, like the classic series, 63 to 89.
36.
And in that period, because they didn't do like 13 episode runs back then, they did. It was on the air for 6 months of the year, even longer actually. When it first started, the black and white series was practically like a space soap opera. So what I'm saying is, there's 700 odd episodes of Doctor Who from the classic series alone in existence, and it took me 11 months to watch them all. And I'm talking, Doctor Who classic era series being my life. Now, but the thing is, Star Trek, there's 700 odd episodes in existence of Star Trek, but Star Trek episodes are twice as long as Doctor Who. Doctor Who episodes only around 25 minutes.
Going to be a flam there.
And
Back afternoon stroll.
Star Trek around twice as long, so it's and I'm not watching it religiously, so it's going to take me a while to get through Star Trek in its entirety, is what I'm saying. Anyway, I think it's about time we wrap this up, so let's go out with a bit of jazz piano. You can make out the jazz piano there, folks. It's been drowned out slightly by the jazz guitar. See you out there in YouTube land, folks.